Greetings and welcome back to the Galley of the Sun. Today, another episode in our wide world of food. So, in my freezer, I had this 4-pound, 7-ounce pork belly. And I was trying to figure out what to do with it. Went through a bunch of cookbooks, and in one of Guga's cookbooks, found this incredible pork belly sandwich that looked delicious. And it was sort of Korean inspired. Now, I don't want to just rip off Guga's recipes, so Greg and I got together and tried to figure out how can we put a Galley of the Sun spin on this. And then it hit us. We love Huevos Rancheros. We love pork belly. How about we make an open-face pork belly Huevos Rancheros sandwich? That's what we're going to do. So right now, my Yoder YS640S pellet grill is preheating to 250 degrees Fahrenheit, because Celsius would be crazy.
This is crazy.
So I'm going to do a quick prep on this. So the first thing we'll do is hit this on both sides with some coarse sea salt. Not too crazy.
This is crazy.
Just a light coating there. Get that pressed in. Flip it over. Okay, happy with that coverage. Gotta wash the paws. Now there's 3 reasons for the rubs which I'm gonna apply to this. Number 1, we love the stuff from Cattleman's Grill. We get ours from All Things Barbecue out of Wichita, Kansas, atbbq.com. 2, we want to Mexicanify it, right? So we're going to use some Mexicano, but I have very little left. So I'm also going to hit it with some 8-second ride rub also. Maybe I'll have enough of the Mexicano. Maybe I underestimated. Yep, using just the Mexicano. I had enough. So as soon as the smoker gets up to temp, I'm going to chuck this on there and we're going to let it set for 4 hours. At the 4-hour point, we'll check the temperature. If it's 165, we're in business and we're on to the next step. Well, there are some other steps I can do during those 4 hours. We'll do those here in a little bit. See you then. So the pork bellies are smoking away. In the meantime, we can get our delicious sauce together. So for that sauce is a couple of tablespoons of finely diced chives into a food processor, a couple tablespoons of cream cheese at room temperature, this room, a couple of tablespoons of Mexican crema, and to continue with the Mexican theme, a half a cup of shredded Chihuahua cheese. This stuff is absolutely amazing. We're going to whip that together. Once you have that fully mixed, chuck that into a bowl and chuck it in your refrigerator. We'll be back for the next step. See you then. Alrighty, our pork belly has been on the smoker for 4 hours. We are looking glorious. Let's get this puppy pulled. That is going into the oven that's set on warm until we're ready for it. Alrighty, got the pork belly done. It's in the oven on warm. We got the cheese sauce done. It's in the refrigerator on cold. And time to do a few more things. So first of all, can of refried beans. Got it in this saucepan here. I'm going to start to heat this up. As I heat it up, I'm going to add olive oil to make it good and spreadable so it doesn't tear up our buns, because that's our bottom layer. Then we're going to get these onions going. We're going to do that right now. I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of olive oil to my cast iron skillet back here and get that on medium heat. As soon as that oil starts to shimmer, in goes the onions. In the meantime, on medium heat, the refried beans. Now, if for some reason that you don't like olive oil, then you can use avocado oil to thin down the beans. Or if maybe you don't like pooping, then you can use water too. But I think the oil gives it a richness. And it helps you poop. The oil shimmering, in goes the onions. I'm going to cook them until they start to brown. Just thinly cut slices there. You can do diced if you want. I think the slices are going to work well for us. Keep a close eye on those onions. If you cut them thin like I did, they're going to cook quickly. The beans, you don't want those super runny. You want them just about the consistency of room temperature butter. So when you spread that onto that bun, it's not going to tear it up. Speaking of buns, butter them. And then we're going to want to toast them. We want to have that crunch for the texture and also the integrity to keep all this together. All right, I'm happy with the color of those onions. Now I'm going to put in a couple tablespoons of water to deglaze the bottom of the pan. Make sure you stir that good, but realize you added water. So if you put your hand right above it, steam. Ouch! Don't do that. Once most of that water is gone, in goes your 2 tablespoons of soy sauce and your 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce. And then go ahead and continue to cook that until most of the liquid from the soy sauce is gone. Then you can turn off the heat, chuck it in your oven with your pork belly that's on warm, and get ready to construct sandwiches. That is what we will do next. We'll see you then. Alrighty, I'll tell you what, it's been a long day. Maybe Mike started hitting the bourbon a little too early today because we got a couple more steps before we construct the sandwiches. So, out of the oven is our pork belly. We're going to set that down on our cutting board. We're going to get our badass Dowel Strong knife out, and we're going to cut this into about 1-inch strips. Oh, this knife goes through it like butter. Goes through it like pork belly. All right, now we're going to take these strips and we're going to crisp them up in that same cast iron skillet we were cooking the onions in. So just simply get it on both sides, get all the sides nice and crispy, and then we're going to return that to the oven on warm. All right, getting the last of our crisp pork belly off. Leaving that pan hot, cutting these into thirds so they'll fit on the bun without being too obscenely large. Okay, setting these aside. Now, 1 extremely young boneless, skinless chicken, we're going to cook that in that same pan. Depends on the person's taste, but I think best if you have a good runny yolk for this. All right, let's get a sandwich constructed. All right, bun down, beans on top of bun. Then we're going to get a little bit of our cheese down, some of those delicious onions, our succulent pork belly, 2 pieces here. We're going to top that with our egg, a little bit of cilantro, and some crema to make it pretty. All right, it's together. Now all I need is a judge to get some judgment. All right, the director in all of her glory.
It looks pretty.
Well, thank you. I've been working on this since noon. It's almost 6. Definitely this has to be an open face sandwich. I don't think there's any way it works as a closed face.
Very good. Lots of flavor. I like it.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything that stands out or?
I love cooked onions.
Okay, she loves the cooked onions. All right.
The egg on it makes it really tasty. Yep.
And the egg is a must?
Yeah. Otherwise, I think it'd be a little too dry.
All right, there you go. Hey, we did it. Huevos Rancheros pork belly open face sandwiches. As many adjectives as I could throw at it. So I hope you enjoyed what you saw today. And until next time, fair winds and following seas.